Set number 5 will be played on Naro Station. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the green Protoss from STX Seoul. His name is Mini.
His opponent spawns in the top right position on Naro Station. As Red Protoss, his name is Best from SKT1.
Best, of course, known as a macro monster back in the Brood War days. Unable to really emulate the same amount of success he had there so far. Just kind of an average player here in Starcraft2. Seeing little glimpses of improvement from him and a lot of the other ST or SK Telecom players as well, but I feel like the potential still has yet to be met.
In Heart of the Swarm, Mini is 7-4 in Heart of the Swarm, while Best is 4-3.
Yeah. So both of them having superior records in Heart of the Swarm over Wings of Liberty.
Now, when it comes to postseason, this of course including Brood War, Mini is 1-0, especially with his win yesterday, so he has 100% win rate. His opponent Best, he's been playing in postseason a lot. He is 11-8.
Certainly no stranger to the postseason. SK Telecom in general is no stranger to the postseason. They've gotten there many times.
In fact, SK Telecom T1, this is their 7th straight postseason, while STX Seoul, this is their first postseason in 2 years. Their last postseason run was stopped by KT Roaster in the round of 6 against KT Roaster. That was back in 2010-2011 season. And the previous season, they did lose to SK Telecom T1 2 games in a row.
All right, we do see Best moving across the map with his probe, just checking out for potential proxies. Setting that across the map here.
So he's just taking a slightly different location. He can even go for a proxy against his opponent.
He certainly can.
He could go for a proxy Stargate in this position. Now it's really up to Mini and see what he's going to go for, because this probe, he's just going to stay in this little location. And we're going to have to see, there goes the pylon. The cybernetics core is halfway done for Best.
Got some fangirls. Been very tense over the matches here.
Remember, if SK Telecom T1 loses today, they have to go home and they can only return in the next season. So it's really crucial for them to win their matches today.
It's do or die. This is the match that they have to win. They want the chance here in day number 3 on Tuesday. The Stargate is started for the Best. His opponent hasn't really done too much scouting at the Zealot. May scout the right side of the map, but unfortunately that's going to be the wrong side of the map to look at because the proxy's on the left there.
I don't know why he was a little bit dissatisfied with his look over there, but it seems like he wasn't happy with something. Now, he is scouting with the Zealot to make sure that there wasn't any proxy gateways at the natural or near his main base, and the mothership core is moving out on the map. The problem is he didn't go for complete scouting, so he doesn't know that the Stargate is in that particular position.
All right, and it looks like we have Mini. He wants to be aggressive here. We have the Oracle on the way now, and unfortunately for Mini, he's not going to really have any units at home for defense. This is going to be the big issue for him. And Best, he's going to see exactly what Mini is. Perfect scout timing as well with that unit there. I guess the real issue for Best is, does he have enough defense at home?
Well, he does have some units back at home, but he does have a mothership core. All he has to do is make sure he doesn't die to this attack. He's going to have to use a Nexus Cannon somewhere down the line, but he's just trying to buy as much time as possible because right now he doesn't have the energy.
He doesn't. He's lacking that energy. The Oracle, though, in...
Uh-oh, the Stalker is in position, but it's not sniping on the Oracle because Mini is just focused on microing inside the main base of Best.
The Oracle has already managed the grab up to 8, 9 kills, 10 continuing here, 11, 12, no probes killed on Mini's end here, and it looks like Best should be able to defend with the Nexus Cannon in his main base. Once again, it's almost a repeat, even grabbing the Stalker as well. Best holds looking strong as ever in the scenario, following up with 2 additional gateways, 23, 24 probes now to 12.
Yeah, this is the best scenario for Best as he even has a probe inside the main base and Mini does not scout it. So if Best builds a pylon inside the main base and if it goes unscouted, he could just warp in a lot of units from 3 gateways and finish the game.
Best is also building an Oracle just finished behind this. That pylon is not going to be scouted most likely in this scenario. This is going to be very tense. Maybe the Mothership Core will spot that here. The Oracle needs to be careful. That does not want to lose that Oracle here. It's not looking like it's going to accomplish too much here. The Stalkers may even manage to snipe it down, though. It's going to escape in that bottom left-hand corner.
But remember, because the Oracle is in the left bottom corner, Mini is not going to scout around his main base. He's going to see the... Barely does not see the probe inside the main base as the pylon goes unscouted. This is just not working out for Mini today.
The luck for him is certainly not in his favor here. The Stalker's going to move down across the map, going to try to pick off the pylon here. Best is going to move down the ramp and pick off the pylon as well there. I would love to see Best try to go for an aggressive push here. He's got the pylon in the main base. I think he can make it happen.
Yeah, well, he could just push down, force the Stalkers to be at the natural. He does have a Zealot inside the main base, but with the pylon being sniped, he doesn't have enough supply to warp in more units inside the main base.
This is actually, I kind of question this decision-making here. He pretty much showed the pylon, and that's it. Now, yeah, this is going to be scouted. He's going to lose that. That could have been very useful later on in the game, but instead, just sending in one Zealot. So now, just kind of weird for him to do that. But, you know, at least... Still, Mini is trapped in his base here. The Oracle's going to escape from the looks of things here.
Good thing that he actually got out of position. And it seems like Best, he just wants to play a macro game behind this. Yes, there is a pylon at the natural, but it's going to get sniped right away. And Best, because he killed a lot of probes early on, he is still ahead in this game. He could go for the Nexus, and he's going to be completely fine.
Best certainly having a better economy and more supply in this situation. He could bring this into a macro game here, but his opponent, Mini, moving across the map. This Oracle, getting a bit low on health, needs to be very careful with it.
Yeah, well, it seems like Best, he's just going to try to fortify himself in this location. And remember, we do have the Immortal out for our SK Telecom T1 Protoss player.
Best is on the low ground. He could easily force field a lot of units in here. This is a very small choke, hard to attack in there. Mini, he's going to try to make this work. I'm not sure if this is a good decision here. There's going to be force fields available on both sides. Not a lot of defense in the main base for Mini as well. We could see Best just waiting for it, and he's going to move in now. Mothership Cannon goes down, though, going to scare away the Oracle. Force fields go down. Very good for Best. And, you know, there's a lot of sentries there. They're not really doing much damage. No surface area. Best, he's got the superior Stalker Cannon. He's got the economy behind this. The Immortal is complete as well. That will be on the high ground. And additional force fields go down, trying to trap some of these Stalkers here. But the Zealots on Mini's end end up getting caught instead. And it looks like Best should be able to defend against this without taking too much heavy losses.
Yeah, in fact, there is a force field trapping the Immortal inside the main base, but that's not that many units from Mini, as Best is going to thwart the attack. And what does Mini have behind this? He only has 24 probes. He doesn't have that much tech compared to his opponent, and he doesn't have a natural Nexus, even cursing on the stream over there.
Mini, he knows that this game is going to be very hard, if not impossible, to win here. This Oracle is going to get picked off, I think. No, wait! It does manage to kill one sentry. The second one goes down as well. The Oracle not doing too much there, but I guess, you know, at least making sure that 2 sentries are picked off. It's now time for Best to go for the counter.
Yeah, he's going for the counter attack. And what does Mini have? 3 gateways, no Robo, no Nexus. All Best has to do is push him forward and give SK Telecom T1 the 3-2 lead going into set number 6.
Even seeing that there's no Nexus at the natural. Best, he can just actually sit back and relax for a little bit, just focus on his economy. He knows that he is very far ahead of his opponent. Just look at the supplies right now. We have 41 supplies to the 71. Best, of course, in the lead here. He's got the Robotech as well. All right, we do have a natural Nexus now being constructed here from Mini, but look at his army composition. It's 4 sentries and a Stalker with a Mothership Core for support.
Seems like Best, knowing that his opponent's Nexus has been delayed for a long time. You know what, I'm just going to sit back and play a nice game, just get a lot more units and overpower my opponent with 1 timing push.
Yeah. See, this is actually a scenario where it'd be perfect to get Colossus, because there's no way that Mini can build anything to counter them in this position. He's way too far behind. And the probe, it looks like it barely misses the Nexus there.
But given the positioning of the units, he should know that the Nexus is on its way, especially we're 13 minutes into the game. And in a PvP scenario, unless both players are on 1 base, if you do not get an expansion around up to 12 minutes, then you're going to get far behind in economy, and your opponent's just going to overpower you with tons of army.
All right, I like what Best is doing here. He's still playing this very safe and smart. He's looking around the map, making sure that, all right, my opponent has got no proxy pylons near me, which he's managed to take out, I think, like 3 or 4 this game. Something ridiculous.
And like you said, since he is ahead, he's going for the Robobay, which means we're going to see Colossus from Best. And what does Mini have against the Colossus? maybe only 2 Immortals out by the time that the Colossus is out.
Yeah, Best also having 3 additional gateways that are just about to complete here. The amount of mortals are spotted, but I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. As soon as this Colossus is out, I think that Best may just push across the map here because he's going to be able to break down those force fields.
Yeah, in fact, that's the reason why Best did not push out. There's a lot of sentries over there, and that's a small choke into Mini's natural over there, so he needs something to break the force fields. Colossus, perfect choice. It deals a lot of damage against Zals and the sentries, while also breaking the force fields, allowing Best to push in.
Once again, a Mini, like, it seems like Best, he's just covering all of his corners here. He's playing a fantastic game of StarCraft at this point. He knows he's ahead, and he's just making sure that he grabs the victory. He's not going overboard, not going to, crazy all in. His economy is in a fantastic position right now. His tech's perfect. He's got such an insane advantage over his opponent supply-wise. He knows exactly what his opponent has as well. And with the Colossus being added into the army, it's time for Best to go for the attack, even putting down a Manor Nexus. I think that may be a little bit preemptive here as the force fields are looking very strong, but Best is saying, hey, look, I have so many units here, and the Colossus is going to break down those force fields. Here they come. The force fields are now being broken by the Colossus. And as Best continues to press forward in, he's even attacking the rocks there. And yeah, this is pretty much going to be lights out for Mini as he simply does not have the firepower to contest Best's army in this position.
Yeah, all Best has to do is keep the Colossus alive and make sure the force field does not get put down on the army. But look at Mini right now. He knows he lost the game. There's only 2 Immortals. One of them gets picked up, and the second one can also get focus fired. But look at the army count for Best right now. He's on 97 unit count. GG is called, and SK Telecom T1 takes set number 5.
Best simply overpowering his opponent, and I really have to say, if this guy gets ahead in a game, it looks like he just plays a perfect game from there on out. He doesn't do anything overly risky. He just carries it as an advantage to the mid game, to the late game.
See, the problem for Best is he can stay even with his opponent, he can stay ahead of his opponent, but because of the proxy pylons, he lost a lot of games because of the harassment from his opponent. Best just made sure that there was no way that Mini can come back into this game with the proxy pylon, and he made it work.
Alright, so the score is now 2-3, SK Telecom in the lead. The best case scenario for them is for Fantasy to defeat Classic in the next set on Newkirk. Will he be able to do that, though? We'll find out after this commercial break.